Hello, deal makers. This is Ron Gagape, and in this video, we're going to talk about Stitch Fix stock. We're going to analyze Stitch Fix, the business, and see if the stock is a good buy or not this year, 2021. We're going to analyze the business model. We're going to analyze the business opportunity, how they do business, what makes them unique, if they have advantages going for them, and what are some of the challenges that they may experience in the future that could stop them from being a good business. So we're going to talk about all of these things in this video. Then in the end, we're going to make a decision. Is this a good buy or not? So let's dive in. So our big question is Stitch Fix stock a buy? And if you like this topic, please make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. So we're going to look at the business model of Stitch Fix. Now, Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service. So it's like having your own stylist powered by AI and humans combined to help you make better fashion decisions. So what you're going to do is you're going to introduce yourself, to the algorithm. They're going to collect 90 data points from you on their website, and that will create your initial style profile. Now, that profile will be matched with their collection and their inventory, and this will be done initially by their AI algorithm, and then the AI algorithm will choose an initial set to recommend to you, and you have human stylists. So they have in their employ more than 5,600 human stylists who will manually pick out the clothes that they think would fit your taste based on your initial style profile. Then they'll put that in a box, deliver it to you, and you have 3 days, to uh, pick and choose. You get to keep the things that you like, and then you can return the things that you don't like. Now, the cool thing here is for those that you pick and that for the clothes that you eventually keep and return, you're going to give the algorithm feedback as well. So you're going to teach the AI what is it that you really like. So your initial style profile will be continuously updated as you buy more and more fixes from Stitch Fix. And hopefully the hope there is that you will become a partner for life. So I think they have 80% client retention. What that means is they are able to get 80% of their clients to buy again. That's pretty high retention rate. All right. Now, this is their secret sauce. They have at the heart of their business is really their artificial intelligence model that works in tandem, with their human stylists and their human buyers. So on the other end, the buyers are the ones that purchase or at least choose clothes from third-party brands and from Stitch Fix exclusive brands. They already have 3.8 million clients. That's a very huge client base already, and they have a wide variety of clients. So they're not limited to just women, right? So they have women, they have maternity, they have petite women, they have men, they have plus size, and they also have kids. So they cater to the entire family and to different sizes as well. And this is very important because I know that there are people that have difficulty finding the right size. And this actually saves people a lot of time, especially say if you are a uh, plus customer. It saves you a lot of time because you don't have to go through multiple stores, right, just to find the right fit for you. And this is probably a boon for the men as well because they save a lot of time. They don't have to spend hours already, on their shopping experience. So it's good for the entire family. What is the size of the opportunity? Well, the global apparel market is $1.9 trillion, and the US apparel market is 368 billion. It is the largest market in the world. In 2019, store-based retail accounted for 268 billion, and e-commerce accounted for 100 billion. So last, well, the year, the year before last year, 2019, it was still dominated by store-based retail, but 2020 changed all of that. And we don't have the final numbers yet, but I'm pretty sure that e-commerce will probably account more than 100 billion already for last year, especially because store-based retail went down by a lot in the past year. Now, Stitch Fix was able to get 1.7 billion in sales last year, and this is already a billion-dollar company, so that already proves their business model. All right. Now, how did the pandemic affect the entire market? So sales fell by 50% from some of the big department stores in the US, like Macy's, Gap, and TJ Maxx. And some stores have actually declared bankruptcies already. So there's JCPenney, Neiman Marcus, J. Crew, and one of the closest competitors of Stitch Fix, Nordstrom, actually closed the Trunk Club. It's the exact same service as Stitch Fix, but Nordstrom was not able to make it work, so they had to close it down, and they had to close physical stores as well. So a lot of Stitch Fix competitors are feeling the pain, and that is actually an opportunity, for Stitch Fix. They have a unique opportunity to grab market share now, and in response to that, they have launched Direct Buy, which is an alternative to their fix. So the fix is the box that is curated by their AI and human stylists. Now they're giving their clients the opportunity to directly choose, from their collection. And this is actually a good move because this teaches the AI, what are the things that you may like, in the future that you may want to choose from. So this actually teaches the algorithm to know more about you and your style preferences. So this is a very, very good move by Stitch Fix, and the market has actually responded, as we will see on the price action of Stitch Fix later. Now, how did Stitch Fix, or how did the company do last year? Well, they have a growing client base. So as you saw earlier, they already have 3.8 million active clients. They've experienced revenue growth. So they were one of the beneficiaries of the pandemic. So while other retailers or while other apparel companies have actually gone down in revenue, Stitch Fix has grown, and you saw earlier that they have 80% client retention, and they are strategically investing for long-term growth and brand building. This is a very capital efficient model with high inventory turnover. So inventory is one of the challenges of, the apparel business because they have to do a lot of clearance sales whenever there are styles that don't work, or whenever there are styles that, say, they introduce 1,000 clothes, but only 500 was sold. So now they have to discount heavily the 500 that was not sold. But because of artificial intelligence, because of their data intensive mechanism, they can actually handle their inventory, or they can keep their inventory losses at a very low level. They have demonstrated operating leverage that enables further profitability upside. How did they do that? Let's look at their numbers. So from here, we can see from this chart from 2018, they only had 2.7 million, but now they already have 3.7 million, 3.7 million customers already. And I think the latest is actually 3.8 million from their website, because this is very, very close number. uh, their revenue has grown. Now, even during the pandemic, right? So as you can see here, now in 2018, 2019, they made 1.2 billion in 2018, 1.5 billion in 2019, and 1.7 billion in 2020. They had a year-on-year growth from first quarter from 445 million to 490 million. And if you remember, the first quarter is when the pandemic actually, started. So the year-on-year growth has gone down. So that is, I think that's perfectly acceptable because a lot of things happened, on the because of the pandemic. Mainly, this is really because of the pandemic. Net revenue was growing, from 2018 2019, and it slowed down. So this is one of the risks. The longer this pandemic drags on, then the less discretionary income the world has, or the client or potential client has. So that's one of the challenges that they will be facing. Let's look at how the market uh, reacted to Stitch Fix. All right, so this is Stitch Fix. So it's already at $84, and as you can see from the price action, the stock. Sorry, as you can see from the chart below, the stock has really, jumped up in value, in the past few days. So um, you may actually be worried, about buying this stock right now. They're at new all-time highs. The P/E ratio is at 100, so it's a bit expensive right now. But the market cap is at 8.8 billion, so they're still quite a small company as of the moment. They had revenue of 1.7 billion. So last, I think was last year, they had negative EPS, which is understandable because of the pandemic, right? Now, if you were able to buy Stitch Fix last year, you would have made 244% already. But we're looking at the future. Where will this company be taking us, in the future? And let's see what are the opportunities and the risks for the company. Right. Well, we already talked about the opportunities, and they have a golden opportunity to really grab market share. But what are the possible things that can stop them from doing that? The effects of the recession may last longer than expected, right? Uh, Maybe right now, the U.S. government is targeting, at least back to normalcy by the summer of this year. Now, that is probably their, best case scenario. But if it does do that, then if the economy, or if the U.S. economy is able to get back to that point, then the recovery can really begin in earnest. But the Biden government has made it very, very clear that they're going to support people through all of this. People will still have income, but maybe it's not as big uh, income possible as as Americans are used to. So, like I mentioned earlier, remote work reduces the need for buying new clothes. So people may have less need for buying clothes, and that's what we actually saw earlier, where the spending per client actually went down. So less need to buy clothes, less uh, less often their clients will be buying clothes from them less often. Now, the other risk that the company identified is staffing. So because they do have the human component, they really need to hire correctly, because if their stylists make a mistake, make the wrong choices, it's going to affect the customer experience. So they really need to be very, very careful and very, very intentional in their staffing, in their hiring, in their training practices as well. But for me, the biggest risk for Stitch Fix is actually another company, a very big competitor in the form of Amazon Prime Wardrobe. So Amazon actually introduced the personal shopper, and so this is the exact same service. They are competing directly against Stitch Fix, and this is this is a big big deal, because Amazon Prime is in more than 70 million households. So they have a much bigger client base. Amazon has a much bigger reach. They have more products that they can sell. Um, that's why Amazon Prime can actually lower this. If you will remember earlier, the fix is $20. So it's $20 per fix, but Amazon can actually do this for $99, per month only. All right, and it's actually included with their Prime membership already. So in here, The personal shopper service is if you want to get styled monthly, right? If you want to get regular fixes, so they won't have to send $20 every time. They already have a $4.99, uh, a $4.99 deposit already. Okay, it's all the same, right? Very similar, very similar service. So that for me is the biggest risk, Amazon. Um, so that makes essentially that makes Stitch Fix, the number two player, and they have AI. So that's why it's essentially the same. Amazon uses AI a lot. I guess the only differentiation here is the stylist and of course the algorithm as well. Okay, so that is uh, that is Stitch Fix as a business. And if you like the information that you have seen so far, please make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. That helps me make more research like this. Of course, the more views that I get, the more revenue that I will get from this channel. Although, to be honest, I'm not making money from this channel yet. I have not yet qualified for the YouTube partner program. So I'm still in the process of getting there. And it would really help me a lot, to get that YouTube like. It helps the algorithm, it helps me to do more analysis like this. Right, so for our final question, is Stitch Fix it's Stitch Fix stock a buy? Is this something that you should buy? Well, let's look at what other analysts have mentioned. Other Wall Street analysts have said that seven analysts give gives Stitch Fix a buy rating, five gives a hold rating, and three gives a sell rating. So that's an average target price of $46.86. The highest target price is at $72. So that, as we can see earlier, it was already at $84. So there is already a significant 36.56 average downside. Or actually, it's probably a little higher already. It's almost 50% downside already. So for me, I would have to say that my answer is for the long term, I do believe Stitch Fix is a good long term buy. So I don't see them falling to Amazon. I do believe that they're a good number two service. They probably are uh, looking at the more of the high end uh, niche, I would say, and it's good to have competition because Amazon, I do love Amazon, and it's not good for Amazon to just beat the competition because then they would have antitrust issues. So I am very much in favor of Stitch Fix as a number two player in this market. So it is a long-term buy, but for me it's just not a company for me because it's a low margin business. Now, one of the things that it goes against or that is going against Stitch Fix is they're selling physical products. So they're selling clothes, and the apparel business is a low margin business. So they have to really have huge volume. Now they do have a good, I would say that they have good chances of expanding internationally. As you have seen earlier, this is a $1.9 trillion opportunity. They're just a 1.7 billion company selling just in the US. So they have the opportunity to really expand this abroad. And I don't know what the competition abroad is. So, but that is right there for them, just right there for the taking. But just for me, no, I'm not comfortable investing in low margin businesses, but I do love what Stitch Fix has done. So for those of you that are interested, in e-commerce, interested in the clothes business, Stitch Fix is a good long-term buy. You may want to wait for maybe a pullback in price, but this is something that is a good long-term pick. Something I do believe that this is a pick that can grow, 4 or 5 times, maybe even 10 times more if they execute successfully on the international push. All right. So uh, But I do have other recommendations. You can get my top 21 stocks for 2021 if you'll just click on the link below. This is not for free, but it's very affordable service. You not only get the top 21 stocks, um, you will get that in a report, but you will get monthly updates from me as well. So I will update that top 21 list every month, so you'll be updated on the changes in the market. All right, so please check it out below. And please make sure, if you have not done so, please make sure to hit the like button and click subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of future videos like this. And this has been, all right, so this has been Ronald Kagape. I hope you like this analysis, and I hope that you are able to consider Stitch Fix, whether it's buying or selling. I hope this video helped consider or make a good decision on this stock. So with that, this is Ron Kagape, wishing you make deals, and I hope that all of your deals will push through.